The big thing what everybody's paying to see and everybody's talking is Chris Weidman versus Anderson Silva.
Yeah,
and
honestly, dude, I'm not sure why the hype. I mean, you got a guy who, yes, I understand he's undefeated, but who the fuck has he beat?
Yeah, and you know what? We see this time and time again against people who come up against Anderson Silva and people who come up against George St. Pierre. And you know, and the bottom line is those two guys always find a way to get it done because they're perfectionists. They know the sport. They're good. They have so many weapons in their arsenal, and they're good at it all. And I mean, Chris Weidman is great. I mean, but like you said, George, and some people be like, oh, he knocked out Mark Munoz and all this. I don't care what anybody fucking says. He does not have this real deep MMA resume.
No.
That's, you know, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, he is a great wrestler. And, you know, and I'm going to tell you what, even the Yamasaki brothers told me when I did the interview with them, they were very high on, now I would take their word more over some of the fighters because some of these fighters have the worst predictions. They're 5 times worse than George and I. So don't ever talk about George and I predictions because these fighters, even though they're in the sport, they're terrible at predicting fights. But Mario and Fernando Yamasaki were two individuals that were very impressed with Chris Weidman. They just thought that he was the next big thing coming up. They thought he was a really good fighter. Now, they didn't say that they thought he could beat Anderson, but they did say they were very impressed with his skill set and all the things that he's capable of doing. Now, is that going to translate to him beating Anderson Silva this weekend?
No.
I don't know.
It's not this weekend. It's next weekend.
I mean, next weekend. I don't see it happening.
I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know?
Anderson Silva could possibly go down as the greatest pound for pound fighter we've ever seen, and he will easily go down as the best 185er that's to ever fight.
Right.
I mean, I really don't see how you can argue it. I don't. We're not going to get into that. Oh, John Jones, GSP, best pound. We're talking strictly about the 185 class. I don't think Chris Weidman possesses the skills to beat Anderson. But
no, and if you look at anybody else who's been in the 185, the other greats in 185 have been Vitor Belfort, Dan Henderson. They've all lost to Anderson Silva. I mean, you look at who he's beat. He's beat all the great everyone.
Twice.
People from Pride, people from Strikeforce, people from fucking Mars. He's beat them all, and it's like, I mean, I guess everybody wants to be hyped on Chris Weidman. Me personally, have not seen enough of him in action to say he's going to dethrone Anderson Silva. And I just got to go with what I've seen. And
the other thing is Chris Weidman's never fought 5 rounds.
No.
Does he have the gas past 3? I mean, what happens if this gets into the 4th and 5th round? Because let me tell you, if Weidman was to win this fight, he's got to get in there and take Anderson down and hold him for 3 rounds. Okay, so you held him down for 15 minutes, which is not easy to hold another man your same size as you down for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Guess what? You got 10 more minutes to try to get through.
And this is the thing I think a lot of people fail to remember about Anderson Silva. When he fought Chael Sonnen, because a lot of people go back to that comparison with Chael Sonnen. Oh, Chael Sonnen did this. Anderson Silva's fought a lot of great wrestlers and a lot of aggressive people. But the one thing I think Anderson Silva did was he underestimated Chael Sonnen. That's the one thing he was definitely guilty of.
In that first
Chael
one.
Sonnen, in the first one, and he caught him. And when he caught Anderson Silva, it hurt him. And Anderson Silva was playing catch up from that point on. I mean, you get caught, you get hit good. That's the one thing where he fucked up. And it wasn't Chael's wrestling that kept him in the fight, and everything. But people forgot it was that initial tap that caught Silva and hurt him. And, I didn't think Anderson Silva's game plan is going to be like, I'm going to use my lengthy ass, limbs to keep the distance. And if Weidman gets too aggressive or does something, we all know Anderson Silva is a phenomenal counterpuncher and striker. He will fucking light you up.
Yeah. I think this is going to look a lot like that Forrest Griffin fight. I think it's going to look like Weidman's going to be punching underwater and getting hit from places he can't even catch up to.
Yeah, because the thing is, he has not fought a striker with this kind of speed.
Nope.
And the thing is, it's just like John Jones says, Anderson Silva, it just doesn't have the speed, but he's so fucking accurate.
Yeah. Motherfucking accurate.
Anyway, that boy is accurate. Anyway, everybody, let us know. Leave your comments below. Let us know what you think, what the results will be, if there's going to be any surprises, any upsets. Put that shit down below on the comments section. Comical, brash, and sometimes politically incorrect, the Uncut Sports Show. Non-traditional sports coverage delivered the way you like it by your uncensored co-hosts, Kevin White and George Bedford.